Do you remember your first day of school? Well, I sure don't, but I bet I would if I had had a German Einschulung. And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode, traditions like the Schulranzen, the Schultüte, and what happens on the first day of school. Howdy, grüß Gott, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tom, and I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have been living here in Rosenheim, Germany since 2005. I like to cover topics comparing Germany to America, and in this episode, we are going to talk about the first day of school. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so now for free. And activate the bell and notifications to not miss any future episodes like this one. So, the first day of school. It is a really big celebration. It's a big day in the life of a child, and it is celebrated as such in Germany. And many parents take off of work, and oftentimes grandparents and godparents come as well to help send the child off to school and to participate in the festivities. These festivities are all aimed at welcoming the new students and making them feel like they belong. These may also vary from state to state, but they can include such things as a welcoming ecumenical church service, which basically means that both Catholics and Lutherans come together as one. In addition, oftentimes the third and fourth graders will put on a play for the incoming students. The children often get called up from their throng by the principal and get grouped into their new classroom. So that is exactly the time they find out who their teacher is going to be and which of their friends are going to be in their classroom. And this is a big deal too, because your child will be spending 2 years in the same class with all of these kids and with that teacher. So anyway, after the festivities are over, it's generally about lunchtime and time to take a whole bunch of photos to mark the day. And often these pictures are pretty funny because many of the kids are missing their front teeth. In some regions of Germany, however, the party's not over yet either. I've heard from some colleagues of mine that they will keep the party going all afternoon and into the night and do some really cool things like have a bouncy castle or hire a clown or have a petting zoo. Really cool, fun things for the kids. Now, if I had had a first day of school like this, I'm sure that I would have remembered it and I probably would have really been looking forward to going to school. All right, let's move on to a really cute tradition that has its origin in Saxony and Thuringen. And you may have also seen this in America if you have any contact with a Waldorf school. And it's called a Schultüte, or otherwise a Zuckertüte. So what is, anyway, a Schultüte? You can see it's cone-shaped and it's filled with all sorts of goodies. People put candy in here, toys, school supplies, all kinds of good stuff. And they're generally decorated either by the parents or sometimes the children do this themselves in kindergarten. In other cases, they're also bought. You can buy these from the store. So this one in particular was made by my wife. She really likes to do arts and crafts. You can see that it is a space theme. Our first child, he really likes space, and so that's why that is the theme. Anyway, the purpose behind these Schultüten is to make the first day of school just that much sweeter and add some anticipation. By the time the first day of school comes around, the kids are really excited to carry their Schultüten to school, to show them off, and to compare with their buddies. The German backpack is not a normal one like this. This North Face one is one that the kids use in America, and these cost about $75 to $100 in America. Just a normal backpack. You put it down somewhere and it just falls over but it's not that ergonomic. These backpacks are super cool. They're actually called Schulranzen, and they have a lot of features. But before we go into the features, let's talk about the process of choosing a backpack. That is really a big deal in Germany. The kids think about backpacks for weeks ahead of time, and they get them usually while they are still in kindergarten, and oftentimes they are sponsored because they are so expensive. So in our case, this astronaut backpack, this dinosaur backpack, they were both sponsored by Oma. So thank you very much, Oma. That was really generous of you. So what happens when the kids go and choose the backpack? They walk into the store and see hundreds and hundreds of these fancy backpacks. And normally what the kids, the only thing they're really interested in is the design. So our first kid really likes space, so he chose this one. And our second one, he really likes dinosaurs, so he chose this fancy backpack. Now for the parents, what's really important is not just the design, but how it fits on their back. So you need to get a Schulranzen that is really a good fit for the child's back. That's really the most important point. Okay, so let's talk about features. Why are these backpacks so dang expensive? The first thing is that the material is water resistant. It's really strong. It's like almost tear proof. So material is expensive to produce. That's point number one. Point number two is they come with really cool closures, like fancy magnets. Watch this. I love that. Again, there's other parts that have magnets too. You can take that dinosaur off and plop that back on there. Put him down there. We'll take this triceratops here, put him on top. Pretty awesome. So that's the coolness of the design. They come with a lot of stuff. So the kids have gym class, so you need a gym bag. This is a gym bag to put your shoes and your towel and your other stuff in. The children also get Federmäppchen. A Federmäppchen is a fancy little container for all of their pencils. So here we got colored pencils and also here rulers and pencil sharpeners and other stuff. Look how organized the Germans are. Then you get a second bag to put all of your writing utensils in. Okay, so that just about does it. You got the Federmäppchen, you got the second bag to put pencils in, plus you got the gym bag. And here you've got a pocket for drinks. Here you got a pocket for drinks. Here you got a pocket you can put stuff in. It's a really cool backpack. And what I love about these Schulranzen is they actually stand up. So the kids just put it down on the floor and it stays put. It doesn't flip over like American backpacks. These don't. That is super duper ergonomic, and that's probably also part of the reason why these are more expensive. Tell me, what do you think? What kind of backpack did you choose? And do you think that it's expensive at 250 euros, or do you think that the price is really well justified? Okay, the next topic that I'd like to talk about is whether or not a child is deemed as Schulreife or ready for school. In Germany, most children start school at the age of 6 or 7, but parents spend quite a bit of time deliberating over the mental, physical, and emotional status of their child. And this is what is called Schulreife in Germany. And Schulreife, it literally means having the maturity necessary to start school. So if parents feel that their child wouldn't get along at school well yet because he or she is behind in development either mentally, physically, or emotionally, they will often add an extra year of kindergarten. This is more common in my experience than one might think, especially for those children who turn 6 just before the school year starts. So anyway, what does the Schulreife contain? Let's go over a few checks that parents make when considering the maturity of their child to enter school. Number 1, can my child concentrate for at least 30 minutes? And can he or she listen to a story and recall what the plot of the story was about? What about playing? Can my child order things from large to small? Can he or she do puzzles or handle small challenges? Can he recite poems and sing songs? And then just thinking from a physical standpoint, can my child tie his shoes? Does she have good balance? And can he throw a ball? Finally, you have to think about writing utensils. Can my child write his name? And can he follow patterns like squiggly lines or waves or paint a picture? All of these things are checked in kindergarten. One more thing, emotionally, you have to think about, okay, will my boy or girl be able to make friends and resolve conflicts? Does he or she treat others respectfully, and can he handle disappointment when a parental figure is not around? As you can see, there's a lot of thought and deliberation put into this process. Luckily, the kindergarten workers, they really know our children well and their abilities and their challenges, and they're good at advising us parents as to whether or not our children are Schulreife. Okay, so how does the American first day of school compare to the German Einschulung? You might be wondering. I can tell you that we don't have Schultüten in America. We don't have these fancy Schulranzen. We don't have any kind of church service or students performing plays for the incoming first graders. We also generally don't have family coming in and parents taking off of work for any kind of festivities. It's just kind of a normal day in America. What I do remember is that I had a lot of anxiety on the first day of school. That is when you normally put on your best outfit, your fanciest, newest shoes and shirt and shorts, and hoped that you were a little bit cool. That's what I can recall. But as far as festivities, no, there weren't any extra festivities. Maybe there are these days. Anyway, please let me know, how was your first day of school? Write down in the comment section below whether you are from Germany or America. Does anybody in America have any kind of special festivities, maybe at a Waldorf or a Montessori school? And until next time, I say, Pfiat euch and ciao.